Hey everybody, this is Darksied. Welcome back to part 40 of our Dark Souls walkthrough. Alright, instead of actually going and fighting the final boss, we're going to take a little bit of time here and clear up a few things that I had meant to do before we actually finish the game. One of them being the Painted World of Armus. So that is where we are headed now. Okay, for those of you who might not know where this world is, it's in the large painting that's on the opposite side of the room that you had to walk over the top of whenever you went to Anne Orlando. There's the chandelier that we actually broke the chain for and dropped it on these guys. Probably the first time that we went down here. Now, in order to access this world, you do need to have the strange doll, and that you get from revisiting the Undead Asylum. It's actually exactly where you started. Now what I like to do here is drag these guys out one by one. And take them down. Just gotta drop lots of throwing knives. Also, the armor that I'm wearing is found right over there on that corpse off to the right now. That is the place that you will find this armor. This is Iron Tarkus's armor. And as I said, as long as you have the doll with you, whenever you examine the painting, it will suck you in. Be careful, however, whenever you're going in this place, though, because once you're in, the only way out is through the boss room. I've even tried to some extent to find out exactly how that would work, so as soon as I got in here, I tried to use a homeward bone, and it actually takes you right up to the bonfire. So once you're in, you're in. And there are a few things that you're going to want to bring with you. For one, this place uses toxic like crazy, so you're going to need to bring a lot of the purple and white blooms. Okay, as we're doing here, first thing to do is we're going to get humaned up, kindle our bonfire, make sure that we've got plenty of flasks because we will need them. Honestly, I like to try to do this thing without resting, mainly because I don't like anything coming back. Okay. I'm going to make sure that we had all of our gear there, set up and ready to go. So let's begin, shall we? Several of these guys right here at the very beginning There's actually several of them throughout, although there is a little more sinister version of them as well, and those will be the ones that will come up on here shortly that will have large poison sacs on their head. And this is the reason why you'll need to bring the blooms with you, because whenever you kill them, that sprays all over you and immediately makes you toxic. Now, as you saw there, that guy was hanging from a rope, and you can wait till you actually get to the point where you can just cut the rope and then walk back down, but if you're impatient, arrows work just fine. As a matter of fact, I think arrows are a little easier to work with there because you get your item instantly and you don't have to walk anywhere. Now, anytime you come across these in this game, it's always a trap. And this place has no shortage of traps. So as you see there, it's designed to bring you up to kill this guy, and then these guys are going to handle you. Once again, lovely archer, but he's got a hidden surprise up behind him, so we'll see if we can't draw that out. And there's the real person that we're waiting for. Well, the both of them, actually. As you say, the top one up there stays and throws fireballs at you. This guy comes down and tries to burn you, and if he doesn't succeed with that, usually turns you toxic. But before you actually take anything for the toxic this time, it's better to go ahead and take care of this guy up here, just on the off chance that he poisons you again. Lots of little hidden nooks and crannies in this. Try to be thorough whenever you're doing your exploring. But as I said, always be wary of traps, because this place is full of them. Okay, now if you can see him, I'm getting ready to show you a much better shot of him. But there are these bird people that wander around in here, and you can see them up there on those ledges across the way. That is going to be the trap that's in this room right next to me here. As you can see, I tried to take him out a little preemptively with some poison arrows, but for some reason it would not allow me to hit this particular one. Now, I knew exactly what in the world I was going up against here, but I wasn't for sure exactly when it happened. So whenever you go in here, there is a body off here, and that is the trap trigger. I thought of just moving up close to it might actually be able to trigger it, but it doesn't. It does not happen until you pick up the item on the body. And there will be two of them that come down. The one there that I'm looking at, and his partner, one of the guys that's up there on that ledge. So we'll get a good view of him coming down. And there's his partner. These guys are fairly strong, so be prepared to use strong attacks. And they themselves have some pretty aggressive attacks, so be on guard. So we got a little break in the wall here, and gives us the opportunity to jump down onto another platform. pick up the dried finger, which will help us whenever we are trying to get invaded. Pretty much you use that item and it increases your invasion rate, so people can invade you easier. Now, see, this is where that other bird guy went. He managed to go inside and, I don't know, make himself a cup of tea or something. Anyway, we're just going to finish him off. You see these guys drop these souvenirs of reprisal. These are actually the level up items for the Dark Moon Covenant. So if you're, say, not so good at being able to kill the guilty and take the souvenirs of reprisals from dead foes, you can actually farm these guys for them. It wouldn't let me hit those guys up there. If I would have put on the Hawk Ring, it probably would. But I can hit these guys over here. So I said they're fairly powerful, so I'm going to start using poison on them. But it will take a few times in order to let the poison run its course and for them to be able to die from it. So I spent a little bit of time over here just getting these guys nice and poisoned up. Letting them kill themselves. Because, let's face it, I'm a safety nut. Oh, we didn't get him poisoned. So I suppose we'll have to say that for next time. Skip ahead here just a little bit. So the poison kind of ran through its course there and stopped on that one. So we're going to have to re-poison him. Get our ticker going again. And then they will run off and attempt to get you, but they can never make it over quite this far. Now, you really don't have to worry about these guys too much. As I said, I was doing this all in one run. I'm not actually going back to the bonfires. So the reason why I want to kill these guys is because it will help me later on. But unfortunately, it's much later on. It'd be right before we go to the boss. They are actually guarding a fairly important item, which we will get to later. There's another one of the hanging bodies that we can drop from here. Now, be careful in this room up ahead of me. There's going to be a fair amount of nastiness in there, and it's very easy to get overwhelmed. So I get a little bit of fixation with that guy over there to my right. He kind of patrols that area again. Once again, he's not critical, but I figured if I could get to him now, it would be great. So you'll see me several times take a couple of pop shots at him. Usually hit him the first time and miss the other time because he runs away. See, I seem to be fairly good at actually shooting him the first time, but I never can quite get the second shot off well in order to get him poisoned. And it usually takes 2 pretty close together shots in order to poison something. Sometimes 3, depending on if they have a high resistance to it. Looks like our efforts will go in vain once again. Although our poison is doing nicely on the 2 bird people up there. This guy, however, we can get to pretty easily. He is a flamethrower, so he will attempt to try to flame attack you here, as you can see here. Good thing is that his attack doesn't reach quite as far as arrows do. So you should be able to take him down with ease. Once again, not absolutely necessary at this stage, but if you clear him out now and you don't rest at a bonfire, of course he won't be there later whenever you get to the area he's in. Oh, I got a much better shot at us this time. Looks like it was the wall that was protecting me there. Before it just looked like the spell fizzled out. There's another one up here. These guys are always best to take out from a distance if absolutely possible. Just so they don't poison you. Limit the amount of blooming purple blossoms that you actually have to complete this. Once again, I take a few more pop shots at these guys. Unfortunately, without that ring, they're still not going to be within my reach. And I don't know why at the time I didn't really think about using the hawk ring, because that would have definitely given me the ability to be able to hit them from a distance. And once again, my fixation with this guy, whom I always seem to be able to hit once and never twice. Alright, into the lovely room of death. Trying to drag these guys out of there. Not really enough time to kill him with arrows. So it looks like we're going to have to take the poison damage. We've got more than enough of these to take the rest of these out. Well, looks like that'll probably finish that one off. And let's see what we can do. Oh. Well, that's not good. Well, hit him right at the end. No chance that we're going to hit him a second time. Guess it's time to continue on in here. Still got that flame guy down there. He's a little hard to get to from a distance, so we'll probably have to go down and take care of him manually. Yeah, see, I'm taking much more damage there than I probably need to. So let's just take her in the old-fashioned way. Got to take some damage to do it, but it looks like we're taking less damage this way than if we were to be trying to use arrows on him. So you walk over there and that guy will come. I think he comes from the upper floor. Okay, this requires a bit of jumping here. Looks like it also requires taking that guy out first. Didn't see him there. We're going to continue on with the arrows here. Hey, look at that. We managed to kill one without actually having to use anything later on. Ah, and just when you thought that my obsession with that guy is over. Nope. I think we're required to take a couple of shots at him. And then watch him run away as we try to aim up that second shot. Almost got him that time, though, I think. Huh. He lived. What do you know? Suppose we'll have to fix that. Well, I should definitely finish him off. So close and yet so far. And there's your first real good look at the phalanx down there. Some of you might remember the phalanx from the original game, Demon's Souls. I say they improved on them a bit here because they're a bit more nasty. And got another one of the undead dragons over there. Many more bird people inside this building. Just waiting for the opportunity to come get some. So we can't do about these guys here. For some strange reason, they didn't fall, though. They just stand there on their nothingness. And that actually makes it hard for you to hit them later on. Oh, look at that. He found me. And that's what you get for not paying attention. And back up to our jumping point, I think. The best way is just right across this little jump right there. Pick up our item and work our way back around. Be careful, many places to fall off. Once again, we're attempting an ambush there. Only one of those guys, so it's only kind of a half-hearted ambush. Now these white rats, they act pretty much the same as the regular rats, but instead of poisoning you with their attacks, these guys are the only rats in the game that will actually make you toxic rather than just poison. But they're no harder to kill than just a regular rat. Those of you interested in the very lightweight Painted Guardians set, now if I remember right, if you don't kill a lot of these birds beforehand, you will get one or two of them that will come down and attack you once you reach this courtyard. I think I've killed the ones that actually do that here though. There's a few more of the bird people up top there, but I think we'll probably get to them later. You can see the fog door down there. That will actually take us to the area that's got the phalanx in it. Not in any good position to get that item. Although I'm pretty sure that's the Velka armor set. And we do get that a little bit later. There we are, managed to drag him down. And let the fall finish him off. So I think it's about time we come down here and take care of this undead dragon. Now, unfortunately, poison does not work against him. And now there are two real ways that you can do this. I'm going to be using the truly safe arrow method on this, but he's actually not all that hard to straight up melee him. You have to use these sides here to your advantage, this side and the one on the other side. Mainly what you'll have to do is he'll do that poison breath spray like the similar ones do. And you just have to keep on the opposite side that he's doing that, and it's really not too big of a problem. Okay, I see he's starting to wake up now. You know, I have to get real close to him in order to start activating him. The very first thing he does is come crawling up this bridge here, tearing off his behind end and leaving it over there. Show you a fun trick that we can do with that a little bit later. As I said, he spits on one side. You can see that he spits on one side, not the other. Well, whenever he's doing that, you can actually run over and strike him once or twice. And it is a faster way of killing him, but as I said, this is all about safety right now. I don't want to waste any needless flasks on healing myself from damage I'm taking from him, because I don't want to go back to a bonfire. But I think that we just speed this up just a little bit. Kind of cut out a little bit of the excess there, because I don't think anybody really wants me to sit there and watch him shoot him with arrows all this much. Okay, a few more and he'll go down. More dragon scales. Should probably put those to good use. And the blood shield. Now there is one quick thing that you can do with this. If you jump attack his butt, it will actually stand up, and it kind of creates a false shortcut to the boss. I don't think you were ever intended to do this, but it is possible. And that will complete this part of our Dark Souls walkthrough. Remember, if you've liked these videos, please click the like button. And if you'd like to hear more of these, click subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.